The Channel 3 News at 6 starts now.
State leaders say this week's total solar eclipse may have been the biggest event in state history. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Kat Villanzoni.
And I'm Darren Perrin. They estimate a whopping 160,000 eclipse chasers flock to the Green Mountain State to see the sky go dark.
Our Calvin Cutler is live in Montpelier for us tonight. Calvin, break down those numbers for us.
Yeah, good evening, Kat and Darren. The streets of Montpelier were absolutely buzzing earlier this week with eclipse chasers from across the country and beyond. Now, as you can see, it's quieted down quite a bit since then, while state leaders are crunching the numbers of how many people have visited and how much money has been spent.
From my perspective, the event lived up to the hype and then some.
Governor Phil Scott says by nearly all accounts, months of planning for the total solar eclipse paid off.
Maybe more vehicles and people than we've ever seen in Vermont, especially in such a condensed time period. But it seems like most everyone was prepared and took it in stride.
VTrans is still crunching the numbers, but they say 60,000 vehicles crossed into Vermont, and that does not include Vermonters who drove north to see the eclipse. Airport ramps were also packed. 248 planes landed at state airports, and 2 planes took off every 60 seconds. Amtrak service was full through the weekend.
Over a sustained number of days like that, it's unusual.
The crush of visitors snarled traffic in and out of Vermont for hours, slowing traffic at its peak to 5 miles an hour on I-89. But state officials say there were only 10 crashes.
To put this into perspective, just how few that really is, especially given the volume. During the recent snowstorm on March 22-23, AOT was involved in 6 crashes, all of which we were struck by others.
The state's 16 welcome centers saw 34,000 visitors, almost 3 times as many as a peak fall foliage weekend. The huge influx of people, in part because some of the clearest skies in the country. Businesses also saw a huge boost in what's normally the slowest time of year, though we won't know the total tax revenue until mid-May. But leaders say one of the biggest benefits is the memories of Vermont that eclipse chasers will take home.
Being in the path of totality for this eclipse allowed Vermont to build our brand awareness in a way that even the most robust marketing budget couldn't achieve.
A cosmic experience, bringing thousands to Vermont communities. Now, state leaders say it'll be about a month until we have a better grasp on total tax collections from this eclipse that we saw this past week. But they're already planning for the next one. State leaders say that the next total solar eclipse will pass through the southern part of Vermont in about 5 decades. Reporting live in Montpelier, Calvin Cutler, Channel 3 News.